So it was about 5 years ago we came to a stark realization that pediatric oncology was not everything that we thought it was. Dr. Saving looked at Annette and myself and said, "You guys don't get it." I said, "Kay, what don't we get?" She said, "John, we're saving these kids' lives, but then they don't do very well after we're finished with the medical treatment." And I said, what is there beyond that? And she said, "Oh, the challenges are immense." But Annette and I went home and said, that's just not acceptable. They fought the hardest battle they're ever going to fight in their lives, and then they don't thrive after they've survived the medical treatment the way they should thrive. And that's when we made our initial gift to start the Heller Center for Kids with Cancer. And many of you have gone on that journey with us. We've reached our initial goal of $10 million, and we're celebrating that. But as we celebrate that, we also realize we're not done, because the demand for these services far outpace what we're able to provide at this time.
Hi, I'm Jim Clarahan. In October 2019, my 2-year-old grandson Dre was diagnosed with a cancerous brain tumor. A 60-week chemotherapy protocol ensued, ending just before last Christmas. It had seemed to do the trick, as Dre was in stable condition and the tumor had stopped growing. Our Christmas and New Year's celebrations were filled with pure joy and happiness. Unfortunately, in February, scans revealed that the cancer had resumed with new growth and spread to the brainstem, cranial nerve endings, and spine. The roller coaster of raw emotions my family has endured over the past 2 years are nearly indescribable. Thankfully, we have the Heller Center for Kids with Cancer right here in Peoria, Illinois. The Heller Center has been an invaluable resource for my family to lean on as we journey through a very scary time. I confirm the center's uniqueness during my 2020 Ride for Dre road trip, when I visited nearly a dozen of the leading children's hospitals in the country. From what I could tell, none of them have a program that measures up to the Heller Center and its focus on after-survival, whole family treatment. John and Annette, sincerest personal thanks for the vision and the drive to create the Heller Center for Kids with Cancer. You aimed high, you hit the mark, and you've made an invaluable and everlasting difference for our community. Thank you.
You know, the challenge is describing what the Heller Center is, because it's not a building. It's a set of services that are delivered within the Children's Hospital of OSF. That's why it's so important to get more people understanding what these services are and how it helps these kids survive. So in 5 years, we put those services together, and we want to put more services together. And on this journey, we've had many people, many organizations that have joined us on the fundraising efforts, and we're going to help them thrive, because we know one thing: survival is just the start.
Honestly, was just so blessed in life. God had provided me and my family with so much that I was able to focus on what I truly loved in life, which was softball. And with that, I focused on wanting to play in college and went on to be a D1 softball player. While all of that was going on, it really sparked something inside of me where I wanted to give back to children fighting cancer, which is where Hits for the Cure was created, my 501c3 nonprofit. It's, I believe, in year 5 or 6 now. And during all of that time, one of my doctors from treatment, Kay Saving, approached me, who I've just stayed in touch with after all of these years, which is so incredible, along with Shelly Lee and Teresa Murphy. And they came to me with what John and Annette Heller were doing for the Heller Center, and this mission and this vision that they had. It's something that I truly value and support, and I'm so excited to partner with the Heller Center to see how it can take off. So I just want to thank you, John and Annette, for taking this thing on and going full force with it, because I believe what you guys are doing is so incredible and so beautiful, and thank you for welcoming me onto your journey.
Well, in December of 2020, my daughter Emily was diagnosed with stage 4B Hodgkin's lymphoma. So we came over here and were immediately admitted to the hospital. And like I said, just having the support. If you needed something specific, you knew you had the help. Talking to a counselor, especially having a teenager with cancer, they don't want to talk. They don't want to share their feelings. They don't want to. And she was able to come in and talk in a way that got Emmy to kind of talk about things, but without making her feel like she was on the spot. It's more just having that feeling of knowing they're right there. Like you can call up and, you know, hey, she's not doing this, or can we get help with that? And there's some sort of service that seems to cover all the needs that we had. So.
It was a 6-month treatment, ups and downs. A lot of stuff fell on me at once, but it got better over time. I'm currently in remission. I've been cancer-free for about 3 months now. I've just been working on building my strength back. I'm definitely looking forward to going back to somewhat of a normal life. I'm looking forward to not having to worry every day, and I'm just excited for the normal.
Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. Like, what you've provided for these families and kids is amazing, and we could never thank you enough for making this scary journey a little less scary and a little easier on us.
So as we talk about these services that comprise the Heller Center, it's only possible through the giving of these businesses and individuals throughout Central Illinois. And that's just huge, and we can't thank you enough. This is local giving that stays local, so thank you.